Hello, hello, hello. To the early comers. Excuse me, just clear my throat. Hoop. 330. The 330 hoop. Hoops in the chat. Just kidding. Alright, I've got the music on still. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this series might be pretty one-sided. I'll start the music. There we go. And yeah, first series of the day is going to be Unrestricted against Kontraman, and we've got Oasis Sahara, Citadel Gold Mountain. I think Unrestricted picked Gold Mountain in a series earlier this week, but we didn't actually get to see it played. So I think we've not actually seen the map played yet. Both picking Shang, that's what I like to see. Hittite for Unrestricted, and Latvia for Kontraman. No surprises here. And yeah, Unrestricted, a big believer in the Hittite. Just very strong on all the maps at the moment. Babylonians, a little bit curious pick by Kontraman. I've seen Popeye's picked Babylonians quite a few times. Seems to be one of his favourite civs. I guess maybe that's for the Citadel map that he's picking Babylonians for. And Greeks is going to be Unrestricted's choice, and Yamato. Yamato just probably one of the strongest civs that are still left over. Excuse me. Greeks obviously pretty nice on the Citadels. Cimmerians from Kontraman. I think that's the first time I've seen. I've not seen every series that's been played, so it might have been picked before. It's the first time I've seen it picked though. And Persians. And I'm just trying to think. Phoenicians is up. Oh, I can literally just see. Oh, Macedonians. Yeah, Unrestricted does quite like the Macedonians with the extra line of sight. So what did we have left? So Syrians, Carthaginians didn't get picked. Egyptians, Minoans, excuse me, slipped through the net, but I guess we don't really have any water maps, so that's probably why that happened. Some people do quite like Minot for Citadel as well. Others are a little bit, still don't like that the compy transition's a little bit slow sometimes. And Romans and Phoenicians also left out. Got a frog in my throat. Like, need a drink. That's what I need to do. Yeah. So, that's it. I need the seeds. So Unrestricted is seed 4, and what's Kontraman's seed? Let me just double check. Oh, Kontraman's 36, so he's actually the bottom seed in the lobby. So yeah, this is as different a skill gap in this group. Well, assuming our seeds are actually any accurate, which hopefully they're somewhat accurate. Let's have a look. See, oh my god, my voice is like already gone. I'm not even started yet. We're going to be in for the long haul as well here as well. Back-to-back games. And yeah, just to remind everyone again, Highlands is going to be the first map, and then the loser gets to pick what map they want from the map pool. Usually they do pick their own maps, but you are allowed to pick your opponent's map if you want to. And yep, obviously best of 5, so first 3 wins. And it'd be interesting to see if maybe we get a Shang mirror on Highlands. I've seen a few people quite like to pick Latvia as well on Highland. They're pretty strong on that map. The berry start as well as the faster generating military units, always very nice. And I'm not sure exactly what. Excuse me, a little hiccup. I'm not sure exactly what we're waiting for to launch the lobby. But they are both in it, so we should get started promptly. And yeah, like I said, we do have Tato versus Lord R. Sling scheduled after this, which I think might actually, yeah, Tato is seed 2 and Lord R. Sling is seed 34, so that's kind of another slightly one-sided matchups. So yeah, we might see some quick games, but hopefully we get some At least fun games, I'll say that. Let's have a look. What are we waiting for here? What is the hold up? Well, hopefully it won't be too long. I don't know if it's, hopefully it's not Aoe2 Rex just messing up again. Let's see. Maybe if I try and direct join, see what happens if I do that. I don't know if that'll put me in the lobby actually. We'll see. Experimentation. I've got the wrong game loaded up. I just realised there was an AoE2 instead of RTR there. That's a little bit awkward. Okay, we're good to know. Just gonna. Don't know. Maybe they're just grabbing a drink or something before they go. Slight delay. I'm hoping that AoE Rex hasn't just bugged on me. Because I've had a problem with it recently where it keeps like showing ghost lobbies that that don't actually exist. Spooky ghost. Huh, right, well, I guess all we can really do for now, let's have a think of maybe where the maps, civs might be used. So like I said, I imagine Greeks is going to be Unrestricted Citadel pick. Gold Mountain, actually I think Gold Mountain has quite a lot of berries on it, so maybe if Kontraman knows the maps well, he might save Latvia for that map. And like I said, maybe have judges have the Shang mirror match on Highland. Then where's a mace getting used? Maybe Sahara, I'm not sure. Maybe Persian for Oasis. I guess they could work. Like I said, normally have some hybrid maps or maps with at least some water thrown in. Babylonians, like I said, Sumerians does surprise me quite a bit because in my opinion they're probably are they the weakest civ in the game? Do I think they're the weakest civ in the game? Like I think Babylonians used to be one of the weakest civs in the game, but I think the RTR changes have actually made them not too bad on some of the maps. The extra pierce armor on the chariots really helping them in the Bronze Age, giving them a nice unit. Yeah, I think Babylon, like with the cheaper market techs as well as like if you do get to the Bronze Age, that can help, and obviously on Citadel the extra HP and walls and stuff's quite useful. So yeah, I'm not entirely sold that it's like a top tier civ, but it's like it's getting up there. I've not seen anything to do with the patch. Let me have a quick look on Steam, actually. Sometimes it has, like, news in here. Alas. Doesn't look like there's any thing going on there. Age of Empires. Let's have a look. News. See if there's anything happening. I think this is an older patch. Oh, that's also for Age of Empires 4, so it doesn't help. I guess it probably for Age of Empires 2. We should look. I think this is a patch from July. Yeah, the July patch. So yeah, still nothing on the patch The game's got overstarted by now. Oh, the game started ages ago. I've been just rambling on. Sorry, guys. I got lost in the thought trail there. So it is actually going to be the Shang mirror match. Alright, let's actually get where we're supposed to be. I think they did have a minute delay on, so we shouldn't be too far behind. I might actually just slow it down to 4 times speed just so I can sort of have a look at what's going on a bit clearer. Unrestricted does grab a couple of elephants at the start. And I think he's actually going to spot... Yeah, he actually manages to spot Kontraman's base with the artifact there and does well not to actually lose it. Kontraman only just going out to scout for elephants now. He does find one. The other one's a bit out of the way. Probably should just grab the one and be happy with it for the time being, is what I was trying to say there. Tool age already in for both players. Come on. I don't know if that was an Aoe2. I swear I wasn't talking for that long. Maybe we'll go down to 2 times. I'm not really sure what to do here because I feel like the action's going to kick off pretty quickly. We can always just catch up in the next game. So I'll just go back to normal speed for now as the action. I'll go for 2 times until like the action starts kicking off. But yeah, tool age a little bit slower for. Actually, no, it's about the same time. What am I saying? Forward barracks and archery range, double archery range. Okay, and we got double barracks. So, I mean, this gives Kontraman the option at least of trying to switch into sling. Oh, that is unfortunate. There was a hole in the wall there. That might be. I mean, we've got a few axes in defense, but that is. Like, I wouldn't have seen that there. When I placed the walls, I probably would have noticed that. But, like, just on the spectator, obviously a little bit awkward. And, I mean, Kontraman's not lost any units yet, sorry. I get tongue-tied there. He doesn't have the armour on his axes, though. And Unrestricted does. And the villagers coming forward to bone down the forward villager from Unrestricted. So that villager is going to go down. A lot of villagers dying to the axeman, though. That's just really unfortunate. Like a hole in the wall there. Though I guess you could argue that he was open on this side, so if Unrestricted had gone this way, obviously he spawned on this side of the map, so that was the one he was going to get to. Villager does stay alive on 1 HP to put up another archery range. It's just going to be triple range spam at this point. Well, it's still drip feeding the axeman. And slingers should be the go-to now, really, for Kontraman. But it might be a case that this may already be already a little bit too far gone. You can see the KD 22-4 in favour of Unrestricted. Axe are just going to get very swiftly dealt, and Kontraman finally switching into the slingers. House probably not going to go up, I don't think. Slingers do come out. How much damage is on the archers? Okay, there's another wave coming in. Another 2 back here. Oh, it's actually the market. I thought it was another barracks there. It was the market that went up. GG is called. So yeah, sorry for being a little bit delayed there, but a very quick game for Unrestricted there. Yeah, no armor on the axes. I don't know if he just missed it or because it was like a little bit of a panic moment for him. Like I said, a little bit unfortunate with that hole in the wall there. So the game ended probably a lot quicker than maybe it should have done. And excuse me, next map is going to be Citadel. Hopefully, doesn't. Hopefully I do see that launch properly. I don't know if that was me just not paying attention or it was an Aoe2 Rexing, because that's just why I'm sort of a little bit confused right now. But anyway, yeah, let's go back to Civs. So it was the Shang mirror. We've got Citadel as the next match picked. Okay, they've launched. So I'm expecting Greeks against Babylonians here, is probably what I think we'll be seeing. And I'll load us in now. So I think they've got a short delay. Yeah, they do. Just have a little short delay. Oh, it's actually Sumerians is Kontraman's pick here. So I'm not sure what was his other map. I'm not exactly sure where Kontraman was planning to use the Babylonians. I'm not really sure exactly why he'd want. I mean, I guess a slower map suits the Sumerians more, as the longer a game goes, and the more you get a chance to take advantage of the longer lasting farms, as well as the extra catapult bonus in the Bronze Age as well. Well, Bronze and Iron. 1 TC push. I mean, they do get the cheaper TCs as well as their team bonus, so you don't. Then a little, they can get the boom going as well if you want to do that. But yeah, what do the Sumerians have that can deal with the Greek hoplites? Is what I'm thinking. What's the choice here? I can't remember what Sumerians have. I see it like played so little. Like my memory of the Sumerian tech tree is just really bad. Because I don't think they get composite bow. I could be just talking rubbish though. Let me just double check. Let's have a quick look. So I'm not just talking rubbish all game. Yeah, they don't even get improved bow, in fact. That's something I did not remember. I'm on the wrong screen, I can't see. I'm blind! Right, anyway. Kontraman with slightly strange map spawn here. Sometimes if you're on the like full defensive, compies can be alright. But like, I know what you're saying for like kiting out there. Greek hoppies, right? That's why you're saying that. But yeah, Kontraman's, like I said, spawns a little bit weird. Unrestricted. I think. Okay, so that is actually closed off there. So Kontraman could just delete this for more space at the back if he wanted to. But you can see like Unrestricted just has more clear open space there. And never too much going on in the early games on Citadel. In fact, score difference is quite substantial. I don't know why that's... why Kontraman's already 100 points ahead. That's a little bit confusing. Is it just because... Is that literally just because he's deleted the walls? I guess that must be that. He just has more resource and build. It's kind of weird how the score works anyway. It's not to be completely trusted, especially in the early game. I guess Kontraman, interestingly, is exploring the back of his base. I guess there is the odd time where you can get you normally have berries outside the wall, and sometimes that can like spawn around the sides and stuff. But you can see here that the extra berries is out front for both. Right. But it looks... Actually, no, I was going to say looks like maybe just Bronze Age for both players, but saying that Unrestricted pretty close to clicking out the A. It does just go on 20 vils, whereas it's Sumerian, the Kontraman on Sumerians is still making the villagers, so I don't know if this is going to be some Tool Age shenanigans. Perhaps. Villager making a move now. I mean, in my mind, it feels like the Greeks just have the advantage in this matchup. I don't really see where the Sumerians come back into this, personally. Yeah, might be... You think he's worried about a sling rush? Or do you think he's going for a sling rush? Because I feel like this is smelling a bit like forward barracks territory to me, unless he's just scouting. I think he's just going forward himself. Yeah, that's what I reckon. 24 vils up for Kontraman. And saying that, it was a little bit slow. Are we just going to see the slingers come out straight away? It is. Slingers. Second barracks. There we go. I guess, like, optimally you'd have both of these barracks down, but it was a little bit squeezed for the resources, I guess, at the time. I guess, yes. I did have the storage pit on stone as well, which is quite nice for him, which is definitely going to help this rush out. Now it's just going to be a question of how clean the Bronze Age time is. See if Unrestricted can get the damage in quick enough. Oh yeah, that's true. I always forget about the 40 HP bonus. Makes him much more resilient in the early game, at least. Tool Age in. We have the granary. That's definitely a misclick. Oh no. That's definitely supposed to be not a granary. I was going to say a market, but this one's a market. So this must have been... I'm just trying to think, where's granary normally? I guess this was meant to be either a stable or archery range, just because this one's a market. Oh, that's rough. Well, that's just 120 wood down the drain, essentially. And oh, that's a storm! Oh my god! Oh, Kontraman. You can't do that back to back. I know. Oh, he hasn't even built the barracks yet. Oh no. This has just gone completely wrong for Kontraman. That's why he's built the granary, isn't it? Because he thinks he has the barracks up and he's doing the hotkeys, and when you don't have the barracks, it just hotkeys to granary, doesn't it? Yeah, I figured it out now. Figured it out in my brain. Because when you don't have... When you press like S for military and then W for thing, because it's not there, it just defaults to the granary instead. Ugh. So it's literally... So the actual mistake is that he was missing a barracks there, more than anything. But yeah, sorry, a bit distracted, but... I mean, this... Oh, it's just over now, isn't it? It's just... Oh, it's just not gone Kontraman's way in these first two games. There's that hole in the wall, and then just the mistake of forgetting the barracks and then misplacing two buildings because of it. Bronze Age is in, but there's just so many slingers already. Like, Unrestricted can just choose which... I mean, Unrestricted is probably just confused as to what the hell's going on right now. Probably having a little giggle to himself, I imagine. Oh yeah, you could do that. You could just chop the stragglers. He got his villager. Where is it? There's the villager here. That would be interesting. Wait, Kontraman's chopping it himself. Oh, Kontraman. Not like this. Is he going to do it? Is that... Oh. He's chopped... Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't believe... I'm literally just trying to hold myself together now. I mean, Kontraman did realise he was in trouble and tried to add these extra stick-outs in, but the massive sling, there's just been too many mistakes. It's just too many small mistakes. I mean, government centre is not the plan here, buddy. We need something a little bit more solid than the government centre defence right now. I'm not even sure what to say now. There's just... I feel for him. I feel for Kontraman. Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Yeah, yes. It's like I said, the game was going to come down to how smooth that Bronze Age time was, and how long it would take Unres to get in. But just forgetting the barracks, and Kontraman's going to be kicking himself at the end of this game. I mean, I'm not really sure why he's trying to like go extra TCs when like his full base is dead. I've seen this a few times where like your base is full of military and I guess it's usually the lower seed players still like, no, I'm just gonna boom still, and you're like, well, you're on 10 bills, buddy, and you're gonna be out of the game. I'm not really sure why Unrestricted is fighting his way out of there. He could just wrap round, but yeah, GG. That's another unfortunate game. He's, like I said, Kontraman's gonna be kicking himself about this one. Oh. Yeah, just the mistake of not having the barracks down caused the misclick with the hotkeys. Oh, I feel for him. I feel for him. You don't want to see it. You don't want to lose a game like that. Let's hope Kontraman's. I mean, yeah, like I said, he's going to be very annoyed with himself, but hopefully he can regroup a little bit for game 3. Which is probably going to be on Gold Mountain, I'd imagine, and it indeed is. So I meant to click this. And I imagine Kontraman's going to click the Lac Fiat here, and maybe Unrestrict just picks Hittite here, just because I think he might just think that's his strongest save he has left, and then just get the 3-0 done and dusted. But I mean, Yamato is still probably pretty nice on this map. It's quite a big wide map, so potentially going for scouts of Yamato could be a good option. Excuse me. And the game is up and away. So let's see what the picks were. I didn't quit out of the last game actually. I've got a bad habit of forgetting that. Capture Age is doing its bug again, where it's doing the burning noise. Let me just restart Capture Age. Hopefully we'll one day get that bug sorted. Like, Capture Age is obviously mostly made for Aoe2, so it's still a little bit janky for Aoe1. It's kind of cool that they've even thought about adding in all the stuff for Aoe1 at all, really. So can't complain too much. And it is Hittite against Lac Fiat, which is pretty much what I predicted. So go me. Like I said, on this map you do there's a lot of berries round the edge of the map. Like you can see, there's these main berries there, one in the pocket in the corner, another here. This one's a little bit hidden away. That's kind of funny. There's just like the hidden berries there. And we have another 2 right next to each other here. Berries galore. Obviously you have the high ground in the middle where all the gold is. And like I said, I think this is the first time I've seen this map played in the 1v1 tournament. I've seen it come up a few times in the 2v2. Lac Fiat, yeah, Lac Fiat has a really big advantage on this map with just how many. I mean, Lac Fiat's just strong anyway, right? And then they get to. Oh my god! Imagine if Kontraman had spawned on this side, just the triple berries right on the left there. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the play is going to be here. You are very far away. There's a lot of distance between the two players. Ooh, I didn't realise I could zoom out this far. Sorry. Yeah, you got a lot of food. In fact, yeah, there's double elephants right on the front of his base. So he's not going to be worried for food anytime soon. Unrestricted bringing his first elephant. Yeah, well, that's kind of why I was that's why I was saying maybe he would pick Yamato's, because I thought because yeah, this map tends to be quite big and open. So I thought maybe he'd think about the scout play, but I think he just goes with Hittite because he thinks Hittite's a very strong sim at the moment, which also a lot of other people do, not just him. Sometimes with these maps, you can get a little bit more of a quite easy defensive spawn. Sometimes like the wood lines just line up in a way where it's quite easy to wall your base. But I don't think you can build. Can you build on this ledge actually? It kind of looks like the stone thing where you can't build on it, but I can't 100% remember now. But you could argue that like Unrestricted could just wall like here and then like in front of his base, and that makes him pretty safe. And he does have his another berries in the back, which he may not find. But yeah, like on the Kontraman side, he has like loads of gaps in the wood lines and stuff, and the face of his base is a lot more wide open. So there is quite a bit of variance in like the map spawns in terms of just like your immediate surrounding area. And yeah, Kontraman just doing a little bit of exploration. Just gonna have a swig of my drink. Thanks for the follow, Bob. Thanks for slapping me in a couple of games last night as well. You might have missed one of the games earlier where you probably were. You got 25 minutes, Casey. Yeah, had a game against Bob yesterday where I just had a random hole in my wall. It was like a gap like this, and I just literally just didn't notice it. And all his cavalry got in the Bronze Age. Sad times. And so no madness occurring. It looks like it's just going to be 20 pop for both players. Kontraman actually clicking first. And just a very slight amount more of idle time for Unrestricted, but only 6 seconds. So it's going to be fairly close to the tool edge for both players. No forward villages and no barracks even down yet. So this game maybe going to get played a little bit more slowly. This Kontraman's probably... Oh, I was going to say he's probably going to find his berries there, but then he sent that villager to go chopping wood instead, so he didn't find it. So yeah, this might just be a bit of a more slower paced game, perhaps. Excuse me, just had a little cough. Barracks now at the front. Barracks in a slightly more awkward position for Kontraman. I guess you could say he could maybe wall in his wood line if it comes to that. And yeah, just single clubman for Kontraman, maybe just for a bit of scouting. No units out for Unres. Yeah, oh, again, just click a clubman out. We just see an archery range. Got a lot of hunt under his TC, which is kind of going a little bit to waste at the moment. Does have like the last few berries left as well. Stable and archer range. So could just be like what you were saying the scout. So in some ways it might have actually been better just to be you might have been the better choice if he was going to do this, because he would have got 100 wood off for these two buildings straight away. A couple of bows in the queue and a scout. And where's the clubber from? Clubber's just chilling in the barracks. Probably should be sending him to do a little explore. And a couple of slingers and a couple of bows. It's a little bit of a mixture of units. That's a very awkward spot for that berry. It's unfortunate he didn't find this one here, because that would have been a lot nicer. I'm saying that is a bigger patch, but it's going to be a bit hard for the villagers to work in there. Maybe it's not as bad actually. I thought this was closed off, but there isn't a tree there. Let's have a look at the advancing units. Going wide with the walls. Actually, that probably is the best way for him to wall, because it would have been a lot of work to try and close up this area here, and also he wants to defend the berries. Initial clubber does get spotted by a bowman, but in fact we've got a little force coming forward here of a mixed bag of units. Is it going to turn about to face this? fact, I've not actually checked all the upgrades that are in. Nothing as of yet. It does have the Archer armor. Ooh. Archer armor upgrade is what I was trying to say there. Don't know why I said armor. Another Archer range and market coming up. And yeah, he did just wall in his wood line there, although that small wall there does need to be finished. One scout in with a couple of bows. But I think most of his eco, apart from this one villager here that's going to get picked off, is mostly out of harm's way. You wouldn't expect Unrestricted to really search over here at this point, so I think those berry villas are probably fine for the time being. Another villager here will go down. Maybe this one gets picked off as well. But this force should get dealt with, and yeah, Unrestricted is basically fully walled. It does have a few villages here exposed. Oh, the wall hasn't gone up there. Oh, there is a wall ahead of it here, though. Granary villagers are going to get spotted, though. Just because... Is there a gap here? No, that's... I thought there was a gap there briefly. But no, Unrestricted is fully closed in. I think this is going to be enough units for Kontraman to be able to potentially fight this. Although saying that, already... Hang on, why is this... Oh, I guess Unrestricted must have already researched woodworking whilst I wasn't paying attention. And he does have the uphill hit. Kontraman sort of not microing this fight very well, really. Obviously, Hittite +1 attack as well makes the slingers a lot less effective. Essentially take double the damage from Hittite bows as they do from everyone else. i.e. 2 instead of 1. How do I do the statistics thing? Is it Control S? I could probably check. Let's have a look. So yeah, Latvia does have 1,000 more food gathered. So Kontraman ahead on the eco. In fact, he has the villager lead. Unrestricted has sort of not had a very concentrated push yet. I guess there was like a little bit back and forth tussling. He just went to defend. In fact, Kontraman up to the Bronze Age first. Which, I mean, Hittites are going to have the more powerful units, but you'd probably expect with the amount of berries on this map that the eco is still going to be stronger. So maybe you just get the higher mass of chariot archers for the Latvia versus the stronger ones for the Hittite. Obviously, Unrestricted actually has to make it to the Bronze Age. At the moment, he's just all in on the bowman. Arguably, the correct thing to do would just be maybe go slingers instead of bowman into the Hittite bow here. Though you'd probably have to get the stone mine upgrade, so maybe Kontraman doesn't want to. I'm saying that he is gathering stone. I don't know if that's intentionally. Oh, he's only just started now. I think that's just so that he can finish his walls, maybe? He does have a decent number of bows now. He needs to not get suckered into the high ground, low ground shenanigans, but he is up to Bronze Age. So, interesting that he's going for improved bow. I think I probably would have preferred to see the wheel come in and just chariot archers, especially as he's not actually even on gold yet. I think this probably isn't the wisest of decisions. What might be nice is just drop down a stable, maybe just pop out a couple of cavalry just to deal with these as well for the time being. But again, that would require some gold. So these archers are going to get some value. In fact, quite a lot of value. I guess most of those kills, yeah, 4 villager kills, but mostly Bowman is going to clear up a lot of these here now, though. This Bowman doing a lot more work than they really should be doing. Villager lead now swings massively back in the favour of Unrestricted, who now does click up Bronze Age. He just still has the stream of Bowman. So he does have a few improved bowmen out, but no sign of the composite upgrade, and we're still not on gold. So again, I think this probably wasn't the correct choice. Does he even have a market? I don't think he even has this. Oh, this is the market here. Can't use my eyes apparently. Yeah, he still doesn't even have wheel. Yeah, I think. I mean, he's going to hold for the time being, but you've got to imagine that the wheel and the chariot archer, Hittite chariot archer spam is going to come in shortly. Now that Unrestricted has the higher number of vills, the advantage swings in his favour. Kontraman doing some okay micro, maybe moving a little bit too much. You can see Unrestricted doing more short movements, whereas Kontraman was doing more larger movements, which probably lowered his DPS. Might have been just better to just fight that out. But yes, yeah, he's just still not on gold. So I think the improved bowman was unfortunately a mistake here for Kontraman. Also, the wheel, just getting the wheel for the chariots also benefits all the villagers, obviously. Goes without saying. Wheel coming in from Restricted, which is cheaper and quicker to research for the Hittite. So I think, unfortunately, even though Kontraman had a reasonably strong tool age, especially compared to the previous two games, although I guess it got a little bit harder to do worse, unfortunately. There we go, wheel in, chariot archer's already flooding. Only just going on to gold now. Singular bowman. We're not even making any compies yet. Well, we've not even researched compy, but yet we've only got improved still. Well, he should see that he has a decent score lead, so I don't think he's in. I think he knows how many villagers he's killed, so I think he should know he has an advantage here. And like, yeah. I mean, the chariot archers didn't even reach in the end, so you could argue this was just tool army. Yeah, he just didn't research wheel. He went for improved bow. Only had enough resources, and he had the gold to make about 4 of them. I think that's 3-0 to Unrestricted. So yeah, I mean, signs of life in this game, at least. Like Kontraman, like I said, he had a pretty nice time to the tool age, and then did reasonably well, although he lost quite a few units in that little battle here, where Unrestricted sat on the high ground. But yeah, I think probably just wheel into chariot archers. I mean, he made like a really bad mistake on the Citadel's map, Unrestricted. Like he forgot to build a barracks, and then when he shortkeyed to try and build his range, because he didn't have the barracks, he just put down a granary, and then I think he panicked to replace it. I think he maybe tried to do a stable, and he ended up so he basically put down an extra granary and an extra storage pit, because he thought he had a barracks, and then only after that he was like, oh shit, I don't have a barracks. And then so he probably went up to bronze probably like 2 minutes slow. Yeah, you just forgot to put the barracks down. It's just one of those things. Like it was just like really unfortunate to watch, because I could just like feel the pain. I could feel the frustration that you must have been going through at the moment. But yeah, well played. I think he played pretty solid in this game. Contra, I feel like just I think it probably would have been better to go into chariot archer instead of compy, because like you weren't ready to get on the gold yet. So I think chariot archer might have been the better play here. I don't know, maybe you didn't have resources to get wheel at the start. I can't remember exactly what you had at bronze, but I think Maybe if you did that, and you might have held a little bit more here. Because you did actually have a Vill advantage until Unres's bows like moved in and picked off all your villagers here. Yeah, Lakviat is pretty strong in this map. But yeah, you were ahead on this map. Yeah. I mean, it would have been interesting, like I said, if potentially if Contra had gone into Chariot Archers and just holds. I think Contra would have still had the villager lead, although you got the town centres up first, so maybe you just boom up behind it. I don't know, it's hard to say. But yeah, two slightly unfortunate games for Contra. First, he had that hole, and then the second time, just the mistaken barracks leading to the fumbled hotkeys. That's like one of the things in AoE 1 versus AoE 2 is like when you put down the structures in AoE 1, they don't look like anything. Whereas like when you put down this base structure of buildings in AoE 2, they actually you can kind of tell what the building is from the foundation. So you can figure it out pretty much instantly, like what the building is. Whereas in AoE 1, you actually have to click on the building to even tell what the building is. So it's like one of those things where it's like if it was AoE 2, it would have just been like, oh crap, I built the wrong building straight away. And I saying that though, might be one of those things where you just think you built a thing and you just don't even check. But yeah, 3-0 unrestricted. There was actually a series earlier in the day, which was VNS Cool against somebody that I've now forgotten the name of, unfortunately. And are they just jumping into the game straight away? Can I just let me have a look? We might